twilight lies gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket trainless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Maxspeed TV.
Welcome back, race fans. Tonight, the Pro American Late Model Series Season 4, round number 14. One more race left after tonight in the season, and that will be, of course, next week, round number 15 at Myrtle Beach. We'll get more on that here in just a little bit. But how is everybody in chat doing tonight? I see Robert, Brendan, John, and there is several others in chat here tonight as well. Glad to have you all out there. Of course, myself, Joshua Medlock, calling the action here tonight. Glad to have you all out there. Should be an interesting race, to say the least, but you know, we'll find out kind of what happens here this evening. And, you know, if everything works out for one driver, he will lock the championship in tonight. But we can't confirm it yet. We'll just have to wait until the race ends to find out if it's going to go into the final round or if it'll be all done this evening. But the pre-race analytics going to show here tonight a good wind out there at about 10 miles an hour, an air temp of 72, track temp of 81. 200 laps here tonight. It's only 80 miles. This track is just, I think it said 0.4, so not even a half mile long. Tires, I think, going to be a problem here this evening as well. Two tires, three total, set they start with, the two behind the wall. So tires are probably going to be premium throughout the race. 40% fuel here tonight. Now pit road here at Southern National, 35 miles an hour with a pace speed of 45. I've already played the national anthem, so we don't got to do that. We are going to go ahead, though, and take a look at our point standings coming into tonight. Now, Kenny Tripp, right now in the lead at 15:22 with John Canizaro Jr. at 14:86. So not much of a gap, really, between the two. I think if between the heats and the heats and the feature and all that, we'll see if Kenny locks it up or if, you know, John, you know, has a chance going into next week. Shane Colemeyer in third at 14:78. Benny Hogan in fourth at 14:61. Brett Meeks in fifth at 14:09. Bob Eldred in sixth at 14:08. Mark Keedeman in seventh, 13:95. Scott Negus in eighth at 13:71. Brandon Kiger in ninth, 13:11. And Jonathan Everson rounding out the top 10 at 12:38. Kyler Davis at 11th at 12:27. Gary Eldred in 12th at 11:66. John Brendan Casio in 13th at 11:63. John Canizaro Sr. in 14th at 11:28. And William Salamoti in 15th at 10:17. So still, drivers can change positions, but we will see, you know, how they are going to be, you know, how far they can move up, if they move up at all here in the second to the last race. Marley Good in chat here tonight. How you doing, Marley? Now, coming down to the final 30 seconds here, we've only got 16 drivers out here tonight. So that is going to make for, it looks like, an 8-8 heat race. Heat race 1, heat race 2. And then, of course, the feature. They will not have a Consi, not enough drivers. They won't even have heat 3 here tonight. And Stephen Lane out in chat saying is on his way home. Well, Stephen, you shouldn't be talking while driving or texting while driving. All right, well, heat number 1. They are gridding up here, so let's go ahead and see who we've got. Benny Hogan, Thomas Mitchell, going to start row 1 in heat 1. Row 2 is going to be Brandon Kiger and Scott Negus. Row 3, Kenny Tripp, Bob Eldred. Row 4, Shane Colemeyer and John Brancasio. So, yeah, 8 drivers. It looks like everybody but Thomas Mitchell and Shane Colemeyer have yet to grid here. They are waiting for them to grid. Only way to drive, fast and texting. That's wrong. Everybody, we do not condone texting and driving, so. And Thomas Mitchell did not grid, nor did Shane Colmeyer. Wow. So that's going to set us up for only, well, Thomas is on pit road now, so it looks like we're only going to have 6 that gridded. Now 2 pace laps here tonight at Southern National, and then of course 15 lap heats. Now cautions do not count in the heat races, folks. So if they get a caution, they will, it'll just keep going, and they will run 15 laps for the heats. They are getting tight up front here. Pace cars off to the safety of pit road. Green is out. Here we go, folks. Heat race number 1 underway here tonight. The Pro American Late Model Series. Benny Hogan, Brandon Geiger, looks like Kitty Tripp. Now, let me get the driver bar up here so everybody knows who I'm looking at. And Brandon Geiger battling Sky Negus right there. Ooh, Kitty on the inside. Sky got a little pushy going up out of the corner, and he just got a little squirrely there and tagged the wall as well. Now the 13 of Bob Eldridge to his inside. Boy, that 55 of Scott really riding that outside wall out of the corner. Thomas Mitchell is out on the track, but we are going to be in this situation, going to call him No Name Mitchell or No Name Thomas. Does look like John Brancasio tagging the wall a little bit there. And Benny Hogan going to keep the lead. Brandon Geiger now under fire here by Katie Tripp out of 2, down into 3. I guess if you really want to call it a front and back stretch here at Southern National, you can. But by the time they get in and out of the corner, they're right back into another one. Whoa, Brandon. That's going to open the door up to the inside for Kitty Tripp. Tripp trying to take over the P2 position, and he will do just that. The 85 had to back off of it just a hair and is going to lose a spot. So Brandon back into the 3rd spot, right where he started. Bob Eldred from 4th to 6th. Scott Negus back into 5th from 4th. But Benny still leading the way, and I think Brandon Geiger there popped the wall a little bit. Brian, he's in and out when he can. Sometimes he's working, so he's not able to make it. Every once in a while, you'll see him in chat there, John. What? I don't know. Robert, Kenny Tripp's right there. Now, Kenny going for of course, the championship this season, our points leader. And man, he is right on the tail of the 7. He is just waiting for that 7 to make a mistake here to get around him. He can't really launch it down on the inside because of the line Benny Hogan is running. But, Kenny is right there. Man, he is, there it goes to the outside, and, little too close for comfort. Kenny Tripp bouncing off the wall, still going to hold the P2, white flag in the air, 1 more to go. Kenny is trying to get the pole down into turn number 3. Benny Hogan out of turn number 4 is going to win Heat 1 and grab the pole here tonight. All right, well, real quickly get Hogan up here. Benny got a copy real quick, but
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, grabbing the pole out here tonight with the win of heat race number 1. But, boy, kid, he tripped, man. He was right there.
Yeah, he was coming. He's definitely got a better grip on this track than I do, for sure.
Well, you held him off. You're going to start up front here, man. What is it like down there? It looks like, man, by the time you're in and out of a quarter, you're right back into another one.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's pretty grippy for about 3 or 4 laps, and if you don't take care of it, it starts to weigh pretty quick. So I was starting to get tight even that quick in 15 laps. I was starting to get tight.
Man.
So, yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of take care of them.
So got to take care of the tires, folks. When we say it again, tires.
that, and I got to get better at saving fuel. I thought I had it saved last week, and I was about 3 laps short.
Oh,
So
man. All right. Well, man,
you gotta lose them before you can win. I guess.
Yep. You gotta learn it. You know, you can't. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. So.
Yep.
Well, awesome job here tonight, BD, grabbing heat race win number 1. Going to set you up top side here on the feature. Good luck, buddy.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yep. All right. Well, they are on the grid for heat race number 2 here. Arthur Hendren, Kyler Davis, row 1. Row 2, Brett Meeks, Gary Eldred. Row 3, John Canizaro Sr., Jonathan Emerson. Row 4 is going to be John Canizaro Jr. and Mark Keteman here. And it looks like Arthur Hendren is going to be on pit road, not ridden. So it looks like he will be starting on the pits. Pace car will dive off again. There it is to the safety of pit road. Heat race number 2 underway here tonight. Had a little bit of a squabble. 3 wide at Southern National, folks. Wow. John Canizaro Sr. was in the middle of 23 into the 08. Oh. Are we gonna have a yellow? No, we are not. Already starting it up in here. We got Mark Keteman, John Canizaro Jr., John Sr. right behind him. Looks like John Jr. was trying to peek there. Battle for the lead. Well, there was a battle. Kyler Davis going to lead that lap here, the 6th. Battle for the lead, though, here still yet. Brett Meeks. Kyler Davis up top. Well, they got a lot of company right there with them, too. Mark Keteman, John Jr. or JJ and somebody. Oh, that would be no-name Arthur Hendren right there. Got caught up on the apron. Yeah, John, here we go. We're bumping, we're banging, we're rubbing, and we're saving. Nice save. No, we're not saving. Brett Meeks going around. No, buddy. All right. Well, we know that there was action right here with Brett Meeks and the 2 of Mark Keteman. I think, what was their contact there, or did Brett just lose it? Oh, maybe a little bit of net code there that started that, but I doubt it. We'll get a closer angle of this and see what happened. Oh, no, definitely not net code. This is kind of where it all initiated right there. That got Brett all bent out of shape. Them more touchy feeling there with the 2. And, well, right here, the 6 goes on top side. Then out of the turn, right there is where Brett and the 6 of Kyler Davis is going to unfortunately meet. Well, hurry back. I bet he got, like I said, he got heat race win 1, so that, of course, is pole, and then heat 2 is outside. outside pole. Mark Keteman, John Jr., John Sr., Jonathan Everson, Gary Eldred, Kyler Davis, Brett Meeks is still on pit road, and No Name Hendren out on the racetrack. Lights are off. Here we go again. It's stupid. Oh, man. You got 9 laps. Plus 3-minute warm-up. So, just so you know, pace car is off and away once again, and the green is out. Mark on the loud pedal. There is JJ, or John Jr., right there in second. Man, and right here we've got a battle between John Sr. and the 23. Ooh, Emerson just going to drive around to the outside of him, so Jonathan Emerson going to take over the 3rd spot here. That's going to send Senior back to 4th. Gary Eldred coming up on him, as well as Kyler Davis. Oh, the 08 popping the wall a little bit. Looks like John Sr. went way up high. Oh, wow. They did a touch. Good save there by the 8. The 8 comes right back, straightens him up. Oh, right into the wall. No yellow on that one because John Sr. did not go fully around, but he has got some tremendous damage on that 558 car. But Mark Keteman, he has got company. He has got John Jr. right there to his inside. JJ going to have to back off a little bit not to get into the back of him. That is not what John Jr. wants here tonight, is an EOL for wrecking somebody. Especially the way he is running right now, up here right behind the 2 of Mark Keteman. White flag in the air, 1 to go in heat race number 2, or numero dos, for those of y'all out there that do understand numbers in Spanish. And Mark Keteman gonna win heat race number 2. And that is gonna put him on the outside of the pole here. Let me see here if I can find him. He's here somewhere. There he is, right there. Got him. Mark Keteman, bud, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, heat race number 2 win. That's going to put you up top side there with the pole sitter from heat 1. But, man, Southern National, not a big track at all. You know, this track is fairly new to me as well. You know, kind of talk to us about it. You know, what's it going to take? We know tires, but is there anything else that we need to be aware of out here tonight?
Well, you know, it's a boring, so you're going to have to keep your nose clean. And I got into Brent a little bit there in that heat race. I didn't mean to do that. Just rolled the center a little bit faster and tagged them. And hell, I fell back to where I was running or wherever, and somehow managed to get the lead back on him after that caution. I don't know how that happened, but I think John Jr. might be a little upset with me. I think I was kind of blocking a little bit, but
You did, but nobody wrecked, so you know.
yeah, nobody wrecked. So I told him thanks, but he didn't seem too happy.
Yeah. Well, you got to hold your line. You know, it's part of racing. You know, you do your line, and, you know, it's the other driver's job to get around you safely. You know, it's not your job to give up that spot, right?
All right, so this track is tight. It's going to be a lot about track position, so hopefully we can keep our nose clean. And
you think fuel could be a problem, or do you think it's going to be more about tires?
it's probably going to be a mix of both.
Mix of both.
So we'll see what we got.
Well, I guess we'll find out, buddy. Well, awesome win on Heat 2 here tonight, buddy. It's going to put you up front row here. So, you know, you know, it's 200 laps. Can't win it on the first lap, but, man, definitely can't lose it.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So good luck, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep. All right, we'll get him back down to his room here. Like I said, you don't have to give up the spot. You know, they got to get around you safely. So looks like 13 of you out there right now, tuning in right now. We've only got, I think we got 6 likes out there. Do appreciate it. Can we smash the like button? Get the likes up here, folks. Now, of course, like I said, after tonight, only one more race, and that will be next week. A little bit longer of a race than normal. We will be at Myrtle Beach for 225 laps, potential championship race, depending on what happens tonight. It could all end tonight. Oh, John Sr. popping the little cone area there on pit road. We'll see how that goes and fares to the race. But here we go. Warm up is over with, and it's time once again to get them on the grid as the 7 and the 12 are goofing off. It looks like they're on a pit road. So let's get them on our starting grid here tonight. Now, Benny Hogan, Heat Race 1 winner. Of course, up top here, Mark Keteman going to start on the outside of him in second. So now it's based on their times here, I do believe, their heat times. Now, Kenny Tripp in third, John Jr. in fourth. Brandon Kiger 5th, Jonathan Emerson 6th, Bob Eldred 7th, Kyler Davis at 8th, Scott Negus 9th, and Gary Eldred 10th. John Brancasio in 11th, Brent Meeks 12th, Thomas Mitchell 13th, John Canizaro Sr. in 14th. Shane Kohlmeyer will start toward the back at 15th, as well as Arthur Hendren in 16th. So there is all of our 16 drivers that did come into the lobby. Had a couple that did not run their heats, which is fine and dandy. And it looks like some fog out there here tonight on the racetrack. Steven, gonna try to do some bump drafting, huh? Yep, Myrtle Beach. All right, pace car. And here we go. Pace car is off. Grid is out. Boogity, folks. Here we go. We are racing at Southern National. Well, that did not take long at all. And Mark Keteman will lead the first lap here tonight. He did not waste any time to take over the lead. And already, we got some bumping and some banging going on back here. That is around, let's see, Jonathan Emerson, Scott Negus, now the 23 is by Kyler Davis here. Yeah, 23 losing some ground. Falling back, way back. Currently running in 9th. He does have the 08 of Gary to his inside. Up top, though, Mark Keteman. Now, Mark in the clean air. And, boy, that fog really starting to pick up here. Barely can see the cars. We might have to do some camera finagling throughout the race here tonight. But Mark leading the way. Everybody pretty much single file now. A little bit of action. You know, somebody else hitting the wall here. I believe that might have been Brandon Kiger again. We might have a lot of drivers hitting the wall here tonight. Not necessarily wrecking, but, you know, getting that, what we would call at Darlington, the Darlington stripe. Here tonight would be the Southern National stripe. What you don't want is the Southern National nose. No fast repairs here, so they have to really, Shane Kohlmeyer already, oh, he is 5 laps down, but he is on pit road here. Not sure exactly what happened to Mr. Kohlmeyer, but already in his pit box here. But like I said, no fast repairs, so, you know, you get damage. And if it's, you know, significant amount of damage, definitely they're going to have to get it fixed. Or Jonathan Emerson going around. First yellow. Wow, we did not get a yellow on that one, but yes, we did see what happened to Mr. Emerson here live on MaxspeedTV. TV. Battling the 08 right here, and it looks like maybe just lost it. I don't know. I'm kind of honestly shocked that that wasn't a yellow. Now, he did fall all the way back to 15th. He is now 1 lap down. Mark Keedeman kind of just driving away right now. Still early. Oh, my wife's in chat. Hey, babe. Daniel Medlock in chat. She's also sitting right behind me. John Jr. trying to catch Mark. Only about a second and a half behind him. And a second and a half is not a lot at a short track. A second and a half will be wiped out in like a split second if something happens to Mark. But Mark Keedeman holding his own right now. Up here leading the way. And like I said, he took over the lead at the start, pretty much at the start of the race, and never looked back. Now, is that going to help him or hurt him later on into the race? You know, is he saving anything right now? And I would probably say no, but then again, we don't know. John Brancasio, Arthur Hendren. Now, Arthur, one of the drivers that did not run their heat, he has made his way up into the 13th spot. Well, we're going to have some color commentary here in just a minute as soon as Slowpoke Lane gets home. Yes, I called him Slowpoke. I haven't heard anything from my brother Jeremy all day long, so I don't know what's going on. I hope he's okay. He has been sick, so. But now Mark Keedeman looks like coming around the 37 here of Arthur Hendren to put him a lap down. Yeah, I don't get. Well, maybe it is. You spoke too soon there, Robert. Yeah, bump drafted on the interstate ain't working. Yeah, maybe he needs to get behind a cop or in front of a cop or something. Just get in front of a cop and just hammer it down, No, don't do that. Do not condone that. Do not outrun the police. You might be able to outrun the police, but you can't outrun a helicopter. All right, boy, that fog though, man, little froggy out there here tonight at Southern National. Yeah, right. You got that right. Well, we are a quarter of the way to the halfway mark here tonight. JJ or John Jr. is kind of closing the gap a little bit. Still a little over a second. But he is closing in. Going to keep an eye on. Whoa, somebody just popped the wall there. I wonder if that was. Might have been Bob. If he did, he barely got it. He's got Scott breathing down his neck in the 55. Kyler Davis. Ooh, seen a green car. There's a green car. Arthur Hendren? Did he scrapage the wall there again, too? He's got some right side damage on the 37. He is not fighting traffic at all. He is just letting these guys go by. John Brancasio will be or would be the next driver to go a lap down if, of course, Mark Keedeman can get up there. Now, getting up there is one thing. He can get up there all day long, but if John don't get out of the way, which John doesn't have to, it'll be Mark's job to get around him safely. But we'll see what John does here once Mark gets up there. Robert. Oh, man. Oh, Robert out there, Ernie Lawn Services. I know they're not a sponsor over here. They are part of the Monday night series. But, hey, it's MaxspeedTV. You know, Robert, you know, the veteran owned and operated. So, Robert, man, as always, thank you, bud, for your service. And, of course, if you're in the area where Robert's at and you need some lawn care done, you could always, you know, shoot Mr. Robert a message, and I'm sure he'll hook you up. I don't know what all he does, but I'm sure he does it all. Mowing, weed eating, picking up sticks, you know, the whole 9 yards. Hey, not a problem, buddy. Not a problem. Hey, it's MaxSpeed. If it's MaxSpeed TV, it's MaxSpeed TV, 100%. So, and Mark Keedeman to the inside now, the 558. So, John Brancasio did go a lap down. John Kitazaro Sr. just went a lap down. Arthur went another lap down. Ugh. Not working out for a couple of drivers right at the moment, but I do have to say that, you know, I don't know if the fog is messing with them or not. I don't think that's smoke. Oh, okay, you do it all then. Well, Robert, I know you're out there. You know, where are you from? And because I had the information in front of me. Monday night was just so hectic. I totally forgot to get that information. But where you from out there, buddy? Where's the business located? And that'll go for two things. That'll go for not only tonight, but Monday night series as well. We are watching, though, still these guys hammering out the laps. They are coming up on a lap of 42 here. This time by 41 completed and 41 laps. Mark Keedeman has led at the present time. Still have a long way to go. Northern Kentucky. All right. Well, let me guess. You're a Kentucky fan. Or a Louisville fan. One of the two. That's the only two that really matter in the state of Kentucky. Nope. Nope and oh, really? Wow. Do you even... Oh, okay. I can... That's... It's alright. I'll be okay with that. Cincinnati Bearcats. Watching Brandon Kiger here, as well as Bob Eldred, John Kitazaro Sr., and fixing to be Scott Negus here. They're trying to get around John Sr., and John did stay high. He's just going to let him go by to the inside. Now, I don't know if he just let them go by, but they definitely went by. Arthur Hendrick on pit road did not stop. So, not sure what happened there. Oh, you're a Bengals fan. Okay. I don't watch it much NFL. I do watch some, but I don't watch a lot of it. Well, halfway of the halfway mark here tonight already 50 laps have been completed here tonight. And a big shout out to, of course, Matt Pelletier and Steven Wheaton. Both of them, the admins over here at Palms. Yeah, I haven't really had a whole lot going on per se, and you know, we do have some action though right here. Brandon Kiger, Bob Elder, and Scott Negus right there. I'm gonna have to watch it, because you know, any slight boo-boo and somebody might have a big boo-boo. And then somebody could have big boo-boos. John Canizaro Sr. Looks like Bob's still trying to... see, there's some bumping. Somebody got a boo-boo now. 85 got the boo-boo. Wasn't a big boo-boo, but 13 of Bob Elder gave him a boo-boo. Bob got a boo-boo as well. All right, Stephen Lane.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Steven. Steven's joining us here tonight. How you doing, Steven?
Oh man, it's been a long day.
Oh, I bet. And these guys, man, they've been tearing it up down here on the track. I'm sure you've been listening.
Oh yeah. I had the phone up on the dashboard, YouTube going, and man, it's been some good racing, but
Yep.
it's been tight racing too.
Yeah, we got some battling going on right now. Looks like John Brancasio, Brett Meeks. Now, Brett Meeks. Brett is on the lead lap here, but John Brancasio is not, but they were still battling there. But, you know, several drivers a lap down. You know, these guys are battling for position. Emerson, Brancasio, Eldred, the only three drivers that are one lap down. We've got one that's 2 laps, one that's 3, one that's 4, and unfortunately one that's 57.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Shane Colmeyer. Don't know what happened to Shane, but man, Mark Kedeman, man, he took over the lead and he never looked back. He didn't even let our pole setter lead a lap.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Mark, I think Mark is really, really good on these short tracks. I mean, of course, most of these guys are short track drivers, but watching what I've seen, Mark, like you said, he's jumped out front and hasn't really looked back.
Well, it's 40% fuel. I don't know exactly how many laps they can go. Obviously, they can go at least 63 laps because that's what they are on now. Now that's going to make it 64. So obviously, it's going to be in the 60s. How far they can go from here, I don't know.
I believe they're going to be closer to probably 75.
But that's your fuel guesstimate, I should say, because that's
that's my guesstimate.
That's all we know. We've seen drivers, you know, we've been told, and you know, a rough estimate. They say, oh, it's about 120 laps, but then they could go, you know, 130, 140. But you know, that's just due to, you know, saving what you can and you know, just riding around.
Right.
Scott Negus, Bob Elder did a little bit of a battle right here for that 5th spot, so we're keeping an eye on it. Man, these cars set low to the ground. I didn't realize how low they set, and I'm seeing sparks.
It looked like I just seen the who's in the number 8 car? Gary Eldred.
Yeah,
looked like he was going down pit road.
The 08 of Gary. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is in his pit box here. So we might be seeing some drivers start coming down pit road here, lap 70, so right around or close to the 75 mark. It's always good when you have a former real-life racer in the booth with you. they can usually guesstimate really close to the fuel.
Well, you know, and I never drove the late models. I was always in the factory stocks, but I know with the factory stocks, our mains on dirt were always about 25 laps, so I could usually still have about a half a tank after I got done with 25 laps on my factory stock.
So you could go really 50 if you wanted to.
Probably so, and with these late models, you know, they do run bigger fuel cells. So, you know, I think mine was a 15-gallon or a 10-gallon fuel cell, and these late models are usually about I think 35 gallons, maybe 40.
Wow! So they got some big tanks.
Yes.
Or big fuel cells, I should say.
Yeah, they call them fuel cells on these cars.
Thomas Mitchell in his pit box here, just to kind of throw that out there. We get up here to JJ, or John Canizaro Jr. He's been in the lead for 3 laps. He did get around Mark. Oh, he got a yellow. Ooh.
That was Mr.
That was Mr. Gary.
Gary Eldridge, yep.
Well, Gary got a big boo-boo. My wife told me to stop it with the boo-boos, but, you know, hey, we're having fun, right?
Yeah.
He got
well, you know what they say.
I think he lost it. Let's see. Oh, he got on the apron, and yeah, he lost it. Oh, that wasn't too big of a boo-boo.
Well, you know what they say, Josh. Behind every man's a good woman, and the woman sitting behind you got to be a saint.
I know, listening to me, right? Blow some eardrums out. Yeah, she can hear me all the way in the front in our bedroom, but yeah, she don't have her headphones on either, so she can definitely hear me. Yeah. So yeah, she's sitting right behind me. She's been cooped up in the bedroom all day. So but, well, I thought we was going to see some green flag pit stops there, Robert, but unfortunate circumstances. And that's usually, unfortunately, what happens when we get closer and closer to those green flag pit stops. Something happens, whether somebody's trying to get on pit road or, you know, somebody getting on the gas too soon or too hot or, you know, the car just snaps on them. Not really sure what happened to Gary on that. I don't know if he was trying to get on pit road and he just got on the apron and it looped him, or he just got on the apron and it looped him. So, you know, don't really know.
Well, I did run some practice on this track the other day because I knew they were going to be here. And coming into these corners, you know, the banking, you get down on the apron, it will shift your car a little bit. So, yeah, getting down there, there's really no apron line, but you could tell the difference in the track surfaces compared to the apron.
Oh, yeah.
It will definitely get you loose.
Well, the banking ends and the flap begins.
Yeah. Well, if you look, Josh, right where the apron is, you see a little thin line. And that's where the apron actually starts.
Okay, yeah, Southern National, not such a, you know, repaved track, and with all the new lines on it, so we can't really.
So if you zoom in on Bob Eldred, he was actually, or Gary Eldred, he was actually waiting on the other cars to get by, and he was running right on that little thin line.
Oh. Oh, buddy. Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, well, we had a truck show up late with some new office furniture that we had to get unloaded, so that took me a little while. Then had a board of directors meeting with the Bowling Association, my final one. So.
Okay. All right. Pace car's off and away. Here we go. Green back out once again here tonight. So time to blow Steven's eardrums out.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I got you turned down anyway.
You know better, right?
Uh-huh. Well, Gary's coming back into the pit for some reason.
Oh, let me see here, because he missed his box. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah. Or he must have got a drive-through.
Well, do they give drive-throughs for missing their box?
No. Oh, he hit the wall again, right up ahead of Mark Tiedemann.
It looked like he was just trying to stay out of those guys' way.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if they give drive-thrus for missing your box. I don't think so. He might have got a drive-through for something else. Uh-oh, what are you watching at?
He got pretty close to Brent Meeks right there on that first corner.
All right, yep, we're going to get back here to Brett and the 08. I'll get it right in a minute. Yeah, the 08 having some car problems.
I wonder if he's got damage from hitting that wall.
He could. Let me see if I can get a right view of this. And
If it does, it's going to be on that right front.
yeah. Ooh, man, right up on the back end of it. Looked like John Sr. there. Let's go to a cockpit.
He was right on Bob Eldred.
You mean Gary?
Gary,
Oh.
no, Gary was right on Bob,
okay,
right
yeah.
behind Bob Eldred.
We're on Gary right now, and I'm not seeing any hardcore damage on, that steering problems on Gary. So,
Well, Josh, whenever you get into a little incident or something, it kind of rattles you a little bit,
Yeah.
and it takes a few to get your rhythm back.
well, that's all Dale Earnhardt Sr. wanted to do was rattle somebody's cage a little bit,
Well, that's what I was trying to do on the way home, but
Yeah, that's-
my Dale Earnhardt moves weren't on point. So
Yep.
then I got behind a slow person on the way down the road.
He turned in a Joe Nemechek, folks, on the interstate.
I don't like you no more.
I'm sorry. Well, usually it was, as Cletus T. Judd would said in his songs, it's Nemechek's fault we're under a yellow. So,
I remember that.
Yeah. So, but tonight, man, we're already on lap 94. Good Lord. Well, 95 now. There we go. So,
Is that Robert
And,
FTR?
yeah, that is Robert Chappell, R&D lawn
Robert
service.
Chappell.
Yeah, from
He said we need to do a crank it up for this session.
don't have a crank it up cam for this track.
So in other words, Robert, he's going to get one for next week.
What is next week again?
I don't know.
Let me see here. I got it pulled up here. Myrtle Beach, actually.
Ooh, that might be a good one to have a crank it up cam.
That is the final race of the season. Now, we don't know. It could be locked up here tonight. I don't know because Kitty Tripp is leading the points. John Jr., or JJ as you call him, is right behind him in the point standing. So however they finish here tonight, that'll determine on if we have to go into the final round to determine who the champion is, or if Kitty Tripp, how the points stack up here tonight after the race, if he already has it, locked in and can't do anything going into next week. So,
Right.
I don't know exactly, how that's going to shake up, but go ahead and bring those points back up here for everybody. You can pause it or whatever if you want to and look at it, but that is the way they are here tonight. So,
Well, JJ, if JJ wins this race, will he get enough points to catch him, even if Kenny finishes in second or Mark finishes in second?
Well, John Jr. started in fourth. Kitty Tripp started in third. So neither one of them won the heats.
Okay.
So now Kitty did start ahead of him, but therefore they had to go based on I guess it's the heat times. Their heat times. I guess that's how they do it, because they don't qualify. So that's the only thing I can think of how that works. So, but I guess we'll find out. How it's all going to stack up. But really, it's between Kitty and John Jr. By the way, going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I read your comment earlier today on Palms. on Discord, man, I have to agree with you. I've been really impressed with this league, and I'm thankful too that Matt and them got me hooked up with you, or in the booth with you, and I've enjoyed calling these races with you, Josh.
Yeah, they're, and like I said before, I was a little nervous about taking them. Arthur Hendren has taken his car behind the wall. He is done for the evening here tonight. He will get ready for the finale next week at Myrtle Beach. Tough break here tonight for Arthur Hendren. One of the drivers that, started, in the back that did not, they didn't run their heats.
Right.
So.
Well, it looks like Shane's going to keep it in the pits. I'm not sure if he's going to try to come back out. He's 105 laps down, so.
Yeah, and he would have to pull 91 laps to get around Arthur, and then he would have to come out now, and I don't think there's enough laps even to do it. So
no.
So he'll unfortunately finish back in 16th, Arthur in 15th. We do have only 8 drivers, though, on the lead lap. Mark Keteman in the lead. John Jr. starting to catch him, reeling him in a little bit. So potential battle for the lead between them two. Benny Hogan, our pole sitter, never led a lap so far. We are 112 laps into the race, and he has still yet to at least lead 1 lap. They're not being too kindly to Benny Hogan here tonight.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking back here at Brent Meeks, and there's a lot of clean air back here. I don't see, they're being patient.
Well, they're spread out. Whoa! Yeah. John Brancasio and JJ almost got into it.
But I believe he just overheard him say, sorry, he got really tight, so.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I don't think they've really. I think they had one race this season, and that was not the best, but not anywhere near what I have called in my 8 years of broadcasting. They wasn't. The admins wasn't too happy, but that's in the past. They kept going. They kept running it, and like I said, I'm duly impressed with these guys. They really have, shown that they know how to drive.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, Scott's closing the door on Kenny right now. He's trying to get up there with him.
You know what Kenny needs to do is lay down some of those
spike strips.
No, not spike strips. Jacks. Needs to lay down some jacks in front of Scott Negus. Then we can literally say Kenny tripped him up.
little James Bond spy action.
Yeah, right. Yep. Kenny trying to hold him back. I don't know these guys. I think they are on the same stint, I believe.
Both of them are on 44 stint.
Yeah, so
coming up on some lap traffic now, so
yeah. Oh man, I need to stop that. It's too early for that.
Yeah, you do.
Banana like Mario Kart, you got that right.
There you go.
Or throw a turtle at him. Man.
Oh, some sparks coming off of Scott's car on that corner.
I wonder. Oh yeah, you're seeing it too, ain't you?
Yeah. Oh, Kenny into the wall.
Kenny almost tripped himself up. Kenny's like, "Will y'all shut up?"
I'm telling you, he's gonna get mad at you. It's not me, Kenny.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna blame it on Steven. He was late today, so
Robert, I think they do. These are fixed setups.
Yes, they are fixed. Yeah, and most of these tracks that they run are free. Now, there are a few that you do have to buy, but most of them are free. You know, they come with the subscription, and you know, you don't have to buy them. Now, you do, I believe, have to buy the car, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. But
Yes, you do.
yeah, but most of the tracks come with the that thing, subscription. There we go.
And you need to get him some more coffee.
I've got some. I got a whole Circle K cup full.
He needs to refill that thing.
John Brancasio has called it a night.
Yeah, I just seen that on ATVO. Just
Yep.
just updated on me. So. Robert, I don't think that's a good idea. I've run these cars, and this is not one of my better cars.
I don't think he's maybe talking about these specific cars, just maybe just us racing.
Oh, that could be easily done.
Don't know with my schedule the way it is.
You got Tuesdays off.
For now, and got
Well,
Fridays and Saturdays off.
yeah.
For now, well, Saturdays
Well,
for now.
I don't have Fridays off,
Yeah, that's your own fault.
and well, and Saturdays I'm still up in the air if I'm going to run Saturday night or not.
Yeah, it's we got plenty of time for that. So
Yeah.
all right, well, Benny Hogan been on the 7 here, kind of watching him mosey on around the track. Man, they're making me dizzy. You know, how about we do a little ride along here, maybe with let's see here who I can pick on here tonight. JJ, how about we go on board with JJ here? Kind of do a little ride along here with John Canizaro Jr. to give everybody a taste of the feel. Hey, perfect timing too, because there's a start-finish line. You know, coming around the track here between 1 and out of 2, and man, they get up to speed, and then they get it right back down. Yep. I mean, it is that quick. And I don't think anybody is shifting. At least I don't hear.
No, I hear, they're probably they probably got their brakes set up, or they may be I just forgot what I was going to say.
See, Steven's getting old. He already forgot.
Oh. Gotta look back here. I'd have seen something between, I think it was Scott. No, it wasn't Scott. It was Brett Meeks. No.
Well, Brett Meeks, there's Kenny Tripp. Boy, he just flew up to 3rd here. Scott Negus, Benny Hogan. Benny down pit road.
Pit road, yeah.
Okay, so they've been out here, well, yeah, about 60-plus laps. So they are coming down for the final time here tonight. You know,
I got him at 63.
Yeah, how far do you stretch it? You know, you can't go the distance, I don't think. Not from here, not being out there that long already.
Well, I you know what? He might be able to if he pitted early. This may be a strategy. Get that early pit in, and maybe get enough fuel to make it.
Well, Emerson's down. Well, what I was saying was Mark Keedemann's been out here 66 laps, so they can't go the distance from here. Now, if Mark pits now, anybody that pits now will be able to make it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying about Benny. That may have been a strategy for Benny, because if he pitted early, like he did when he pitted, that may have been a strategy for him to be able to stay out and well, he's a lap down too.
Yeah,
so.
but he'll get that lap back here pretty quickly once everybody else pits. So,
right.
You know, depending on where he comes, you know, where they all come out at will depend on, you know, where he's at in the field. And, you know, if he's in the lead and he's got that clean air ahead of him, it's going to be hard to catch him. We already seen how hard it was for, you know, Mark to get past.
Right.
So we'll see what happens, but good battle up here. Mark Keedemann and That is the 2 of, or that marks in the 2. That's the 66 of Brett Meeks. Good battle behind them, too. That's, yeah, I don't know who that is. Can't see the number.
Well, you got John
777.
Canizaro,
Yeah.
JJ.
Yep.
Brent's trying to get his lap back, and he's running pretty good.
Brett Meeks, yeah, right there, man. Yep. He gets his lap back. Well, he is a lap down. He's got to get around Keteman to get his lap back.
Right.
But Mark and JJ does have to pit. Mark's coming down pit road now. That gives the lead up to John Canizaro Jr. Well, that was a quick dive to pit road.
Yes, it was.
And here comes, oh, I thought JJ was coming down. Oh, maybe not. 3/4 of the race completed here tonight.
Well, I thought he was going to try to come down that time, and he didn't.
Man.
Oh, he's pitting this time.
All right, so that gave the word in to the 66 of Brett Meeks here to go high, because Brett has, well, Brett's going to have to come down too. Yeah. All right, Kitty Trip. There is John Jr. down pit road. Kitty Trip has led a lap now. But like everybody else, Steven, he's going to have to come down. 78 lap stint run here.
Yep.
I don't think they can go. I don't think they can go.
Oh, Kitty spinning.
Kitty spinning and oh! Oh, no! Oh, we
And
got
Senior
that live on Maxspeed TV too. Oh! All right, boy, you know somebody's not happy. All right, well, let's see here first. What happened to Kitty? I think he got on the apron and just made a product of the apron or that little area down there, and then the track, and he
might have been on the brakes a little too hard.
Oops. Right into the wall, bounces up. I don't know how the two of Mark Keteman got around that. Watch him. Whoop.
Yeah.
He does hit the wall a little bit, but then you see John Sr. plows right into the 12, flipping Kitty Trip. And, well, John Canizaro Sr. is going to get hit here, too, by the 85, and John Canizaro Sr. is going to go on his lid. I'm glad I have got the race chatter turned off on that one.
I hadn't really heard anything negative. Kenny said that was his. I heard him say that was my fault. I hit the wall, but
well,
I didn't hear anybody.
He hit the wall, bounced up, and there's drivers trying to figure out where it's at, and drivers not knowing where the other cars are, and I guess and I'm not trying to take sides here, but I have raced.
Right.
I know what it is, and John Sr. probably didn't see him until it was too late. Oh, there he is, and then blam.
Yep.
So
I've had that happen a lot.
so it does happen. I hate it, man. I hate it. Kitty Trip did have to have a tow. And John Sr., of course, also had to have a tow, unfortunately.
Robert was asking, do they get bonus points for leading laps? I believe they do.
Let me see if I can find something on that.
I'm not 100% sure, but I thought they did.
I'm trying to get it pulled up here, so give me just a second. we can look at the points breakdown here. Points breakdown. So the heat races, 5 points for first, 4 for second, 3 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for fifth. Feature 120 points for first, and then it goes down by 2 after that. So you can, kind of do the math on that. I'm trying to look here. All right, don't really need to go into the penalties and all that. That's not really our call. Let's see here. Looks like they are trying to give some of these waiver rounds here. So, while they're doing that, we are looking here to see if maybe. Okay, I don't see anything, but then again, I just did a quick.
They may not.
Look,
Then
yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I've been known to be wrong from time to time.
Or like all the time.
Hey, I said time to time.
You know I had to. I had to say it.
I know. It looks like they're going to a double foul restart this time. So
Yeah, well, this is only the second yellow, and they only do single file restarts if a caution comes out within 3 to 5 laps of a restart. So pace car is off and away. Here we go. Green is out once more. The 66 on the loud pedal. So like if we get a quick caution here, then they will go single file restart.
Yep.
So let's see if we can get at least 5 laps under their belt here and not have a restart. Now 3 GWC attempts if it does come down to it. Hopefully it doesn't. But if it does, then they've got them in the books. Mark Kedeman and Scott Negus doing a good battle back here for the, what is that? The P3 spot. Yeah, and I've got 2. Why do I have 2 leaders?
I've got Britt Meeks
And Brandon Kiger.
I got Brandon Kiger 6 laps down in 8th. Is your ATVO messing up again?
It looks like it. All right, well, let's... Yeah, because I have the race completed. Wow. The race is not completed here, folks. I can assure you that. So let's bring you back up here. Sorry about the confusion.
Yeah, I don't know, Robert, if that was the reason why Kenny was staying out. I think he was just trying to get as many laps in as he could, but I think he was just trying to stretch out that run before making his pit stop.
And that could have been a big possibility too. Just go as far as you can. And
Yep.
Well, the 66, I do believe, though, is leading. Let me...
Yes.
All right. Yeah, all right. Now it's fixed.
Well, till you touch something.
Shut up. Wow. Brett Meeks leading the way. Kyler Davis behind him. Mark Kedeman, John Jr., Scott Negus, top 5. There we go. It did fix it. So... Yeah, I have no idea why it had 2 of them leading. There is no possible way. All right, 25 more laps here tonight, folks. And these 25 laps are going to go by quick.
Robert said this is going to make Myrtle Beach relevant. I don't know. I don't know if it's still good or not.
Well, Kenny Tripp probably will not make it back out. He's 22 laps down now. John Catazzaro Jr., however, is still out on the track. He is P4 right now. So, yeah,
It very well, depending on where he finishes.
Yeah, it could very well make Myrtle Beach very important between them two. We'll have to figure out where the points stack up too, and you know, kind of go from there. I will bring up those points yet again here, and you know, Shane Kohlmeyer, 1478, coming in tonight in third. I mean, he's probably, unfortunately, going to be out of the running due to the fact of, you know, tonight's unforeseen circumstances. I still think it's going to come down to Kitty Tripp and John Canizaro Jr. Now, Benny Hogan is at 1461.
Well, I'll tell you this. You said they 120 points for first, you said?
Believe so, yeah.
And then 2 points for each, below for each. If JJ can stay where he's at, that's going to bump him up. He's only 36 points behind.
Yeah, but
So
then add the points of where Kitty will finish to his already points, you know, and see kind of how it lines up. I can't really math it right now. We got 17 to go, but you know,
I mean, if
Kitty Tripp right now is at 11th. He's about to go in 12th as soon as John Canizaro Sr. gets around. So, and of course, you know, penalty points too. I don't know. We don't know any of that, but
right. Well, I would not be surprised if he gets enough points to take over. I'm talking about
John, yeah,
John Jr.
Yeah, he may. All right, Kitty Tripp just went into 12th as John Canizaro Sr., who is out there, just past him for that position. So Kitty is back in 12th. Yeah, man, tough break for Kenny.
Yeah,
man.
It was.
Brent Meeks, Kyler Davis, John Jr., or in your case, JJ. Mark Keedeman somehow getting like the Matrix out there here tonight. I don't know how he dodged that one, but man, he did. He's out here running in 4th, and Scott Negus 5th. Mark has led 144 laps, though. That will not be beat.
No.
So, if it can be beat within 11 laps, then something's up.
Yeah, your math is way wrong.
Yeah.
It's got to be that new Common Core that they taught you guys.
Base 10 math. I know what 1 + 1 is. It's 3.
Oh, that's that Navy math. That's what it is.
No. That's 1 + 1 is 4.
Now, I know you said Robert. Robert, what branch was you in, sir? I don't think he ever said it whenever you...
I don't think he did either. I'll have to write it down, too. 11. It's actually... What? Army. He was in the Army.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I did. I did 26 years in the Army.
All right, 8 laps to go here tonight, folks. I told you it was going to wind down quick. Kyler Davis, though, right there, boy. He is driving. I think he's driving kind of defensively here. He does not want the 777 to get that. No, he did. The 777 got the nose down in there. Oh. We're going to have a battle here for P2. You know, the more they race, though, well, not able to get around there, Brent Meeks. All Brent's got to do is hang on to it for 5 more laps. That's 20 turns for everybody that want to know how many turns.
There you go. Yeah, you too, Robert. Appreciate you, brother.
Brent Meeks does not need to worry about Kyler Davis or John Canizaro Jr. Brent just needs to worry about himself.
Yep.
He needs to just throw the turtles out. 3 laps to go for Meeks. Ooh,
Kyler was looking on the outside.
Yeah, but Kyler scraping the wall there, too. 2 laps to go. Oh! Oh, here we go. Kyler to the outside. I got Brett loose. Oh, man, there goes Kyler Davis. Wow, white flag in the air. Rewind. Nope. Not quite.
Wow.
Here we go. Checker. Tyler Davis wins it here tonight. And I don't know who got P2. That was close at the line.
Brent, looks like Brent got P2.
Yeah, I think he did by showing 27 thousandths of a second, which probably no doubt that's gonna be it. But we're gonna get a side look at this. Yeah, right there it was. Barely got him. Wow, that was close. That was one heck of a race.
That was a heck of a finish. I wanted to check on other people, but man, watching them three guys, you just couldn't take your eyes off of it.
No, coming down to the wire like that, you just don't know, what to expect. Like I said, I don't know how in the world Kyler made that pass, but Brett Meeks right there in second. Kyler winning it here tonight. John Jr. in third. We're going to get the top three up here for the MaxspeedTV TV post-race show, so hang on just a second. We'll be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back. We have caught up with the top three here tonight, and we are going to pull up the 777 here of
AJ.
Yeah, I gotta find him. There he is, right there. There he is, John Canizaro Jr. or JJ. That's Stephen Consi. Man, what a race out here tonight, buddy. You led 8 laps overall. You were right there battling Brett for second. You, of course, had your battles for the lead as well, buddy. But, man, talk about it here tonight. Green flag pit stops, even some 3 wide out there here tonight. Man, talk about it. It was fantastic.
You can kind of tell I'm out of breath. I'm breathing heavy. That track is. I love this track. It's probably the first time all season I've had a long run car. We got the second, didn't have a very good heat race. Got the second, and Mark's getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And I don't know. I've never had a good long run car. I didn't know what I was doing. I did not have the heart to rough up Kyler. I wrecked him at 5 flags during that whole stupidity mess, and I didn't have the heart to do it. I can't do it to Brent either. They're both really good guys, and I'm happy to see Kyler got his win, and Brent had a really good run today. Just it felt like I had the fastest car all night, and unfortunately, just didn't use enough bumper.
Well, and you said it before that too. You just didn't have the heart to do it. I know. There was a lot on the line here tonight too. Even though we got one more race, there was some point stuff going on there too. We'll talk, to you about it here. Points coming in tonight are relatively close. I don't think Kitty has it locked up. I think it's going to come down to next week. What's your thoughts on that battle next week? Probably for the championship, man. Well, what is it going to take?
Well, it should have been a lot closer, and I probably would have had the points lead today, but unfortunately, some skid stain decided to get in my way last week, so here we are. Last year, I was probably in a lot worse position. I entered 3rd place, and thankfully, the guy that was leading ended up getting wrecked. Then Benny was 2nd place at that time. He ended up blowing a tire, and the Red Seas basically parted for me with points. I had pulled the championship basically out of nowhere. I'm hoping, I don't know what points are. I'm hoping it's a little closer this year so I can take it fairly. I know Kenny's a great guy, and it's probably the first race this year he's actually wrecked and had a bad night, and I feel bad for him. He's best driver here, nicest guy too. So hoping that nobody gets in my way and things will be resolved peacefully, because the Chrome Horn is extra shiny next week, and I plan on going back to back in the only 2 seasons I've been here.
Oh yeah, because you know, coming in here as a rookie, when you get your rookie season, that's the red stripe there that's on top for everybody that does not know. And of course, if if you do win it next week, if it comes down to it, that red stripe's going to stay right there. So, of course, there's a lot more to it than just that red stripe, but it's Myrtle Beach, 225 laps. Is that a better track than this, in your opinion, or is it going to be a lot closer driving?
Well, this paint scheme I ran today was the race-winning car last year at Myrtle Beach. I have a lot of fun at Myrtle Beach. I've been to Myrtle Beach in real life after they tore it down. I plan on winning that race. I plan on walking out of the championship. That red banner is just simply a reminder that I can do it too.
All right. Well, hey, couldn't have said it better myself. Well, I couldn't have said it any better because I'm not down there where you're at. So, awesome job, John, here tonight, buddy. Man, awesome race overall. Little hiccups, but hey, duly impressed as always. Myrtle Beach next week, buddy. Final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your third here tonight.
Crew Chief Tyler Avery, he's got a special finale paint scheme for next week. It's a remaster of my finale car last year that did us pretty well, if you can imagine, and won us this year at 5 Flags. So, he does all my paint schemes except this one. I made this one last year just in like 10 minutes, as you can tell. You've put it on the broadcast. I'm happy to have you back next year too. We heard Matt and Steven put on the league, and everybody else in the field. It's fun to be here every Wednesday, and most people in the field, but it's fun to be here every Wednesday, and I look forward to coming back.
All right, yeah, we're hoping to be back next season. Of course, we're still in talks, but it's looking pretty promising. So, so we'll see what happens. Got to get through next week first. Of course, I can get penalized too. So,
Not me.
True. But, John, awesome job out here tonight at P3, man. Go celebrate and get ready for Myrtle Beach, buddy.
Extra shiny bumper.
All righty. Oh, man. All righty, John Canizaro Jr. there in that P3 spot, getting down here to the 6 of Brett Meeks here, if I can find him. There he is right there. Brett, buddy, got a copy?
Yes, I do, sir.
Well, man, you led 40 laps out here tonight in this fantastic race at Southern National. I've never seen a race as good as tonight at Southern National, because this was my first Southern National race, so y'all must feel special. But overall, man, it was a great race, man. Of course, we had some action out there here tonight. We had some drivers that were involved in some hanky-panky that didn't throw a caution, and then some drivers that were involved in some hanky-panky that shouldn't have been a caution that was. But overall, great racing. Green flag, the pit stops, 3 wide. They talk about it. Your tires, your fuel, the passing, the lap traffic. We got to hear from you, bud.
I just took my time the whole race. Like, really, the first half of the race was just kind of just cruising along and just staying out of trouble. I think that's the number one key thing here in these races is keep your nose clean, stay out of trouble, and you can be into the end. And the caution flags fell my way, and it ended up putting some fast cars behind us, and I took advantage of it because I think I was just probably a 6th or 7th place car at that night with speed. So then when I got the lead, that last restart, I was just like, all right, I'm going to go as hard as I can go and try to pull out, and hopefully they get busy battling behind me, and the race would have been 5 laps shorter. I'd have been good.
Oh, wow. Well, hey, P2, though, not bad at all, man. Started in 12th, too. So, you're picking up, 10 spots. So, man, crazy.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I definitely wasn't. I definitely didn't have the fastest car out there, so
yeah.
I definitely was gifted that, and I was trying to make a best of it. Great that Kyler won. I definitely threw the block on John there at the end, so it was going to be either me or Kyler won, and my front right tire was burnt, so I had to be careful going into the turn, so I couldn't really race Kyler on the outside, or we were both going in the wall. So
yeah,
and then 3 wide going into the the last checkered flag. That was fun. We gave each other room and we raced it clean, and I got nothing but respect for both those guys. So
Yeah.
it's a good race.
Oh yeah, good race overall. Of course, Myrtle Beach, the final race next week of the season. It's probably going to come down to that between John Canizaro Jr. and Kenny Tripp. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how the points are going to stack up, but you got to race. You got to race yourself, man. So what's it going to take next week at Myrtle Beach? How do you stay safe? How do you keep out of trouble? And how do you take care of that car?
Myrtle Beach is tricky. I personally like Myrtle Beach. I think last year I did really well there, and I've actually won some races there in a couple other leagues. So I feel really confident going into Myrtle Beach as one of my better tracks, as opposed to Southern National, which is not one of my better tracks.
Yeah.
And then the big thing with Myrtle Beach is just making sure you don't hit those rumble strips in 1 and 2, because you hit those rumble strips in 1 and 2, you're going into the wall or you're taking out half the field.
Yeah, and before we let you do your final thought, shout out, thanks you want to give, and get ready for Southern National, man. You were up front leading there. Kylo was right there too, and I don't know how in the world he did that.
Yeah, but good for Kyler.
Yeah.
His first palm win, and I couldn't be happier for him. If a guy was going to beat me, I'd rather it be Kyler.
Yeah, man.
John Jr.'s won enough.
Yeah, Kyler just drove around you to the outside, man, and you had to battle John, Jr. there, so there was really, I don't think, a way of getting back up to Kyler.
No, not with how tight I was, and then having to block Junior, and even come even lower into the corner, just maybe that much tighter. So, like I said, it was either me really push the envelope and potentially take me and Kyler out and just give John the win, or just run the smart race and be a little bit heavier in the brake, rotate the car, and keep blocking John Jr.
Well, you did what you had to do, man. You beat him by 27 thousandths of a second. So, hey, P2 for you, buddy. Of course, I was going to say Southern National again next week, but nope, it's Myrtle Beach. So, Myrtle.
I stay away from Southern National.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach next week, man. Championship race, buddy. Of course, go celebrate your P2 here tonight. Get ready for the finale next week. Final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give, bud?
Absolutely. I want to thank you for putting on the broadcast. It's a great broadcast. I watch it every week. I think I actually have some people that watch it. Matt and Steve for putting on such a great league for us to run. All the drivers I run with, I really like running with them all. Everybody's pretty good, clean, hard racing, and shout out to all the fans out there that watch us.
All righty, Brett.
Have a good week. See you at Myrtle.
Yep, we'll see you next week at Myrtle Beach, bud.
Take care.
Yep. All right. Well, that is gonna bring us to Kyler Never Left Davis, and I think he did never lift here tonight, especially the final couple of laps there. Kyler, man, awesome job out here tonight. You led 4 laps. Of course, the most important lap, that last lap here this evening at Southern National, bud. Awesome win out here tonight in that number 6 MDS car, but, man, it wasn't without a fight. Kind of talk about your ups and downs, your struggles, and what you had to overcome as a driver. And, of course, lap traffic, tires, fuel. You're a driver. You know what needs to be talked about. So, I'm going to just turn the mic over to you and let you kind of, give us the take on how you ended up where you are right now, buddy. Awesome job. Mike's yours.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Honestly, I don't even know how I managed to get here. I guess Brent was explaining to me after the last caution, how we were the only cars in the lead lap, so it kind of summed it up for me. After taking some new tires, we were pretty good off the start, and then Brent got tight. I think we both, were trying to hold up John Jr. there, not trying to let him win and letting one of us get it for once. But throughout the whole race, it was tough. Normally, I don't have runs like this. I'm not very good at saving right fronts or good with fuel, but everything just happened to work out in our favor on that last caution. So,
well, let's talk about it. Last caution comes out. We only had, I think, 2 overall. Might be 3, but I think it was 2. Steven, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 2 just in general. you know, you had the last caution. You guys come down. You did what you had to do, and then you get back out. Now, tires, I'm sure, were probably shot by the end of the race, but where was you most comfortable with your tires throughout a run? 20 laps in, 30 laps in, 40 laps in, you know.
Honestly, they seem to come steady around 20 laps in. You know, they're steady for probably 10 laps and then they kind of wear away. As I don't know how to say it right front. So 20 laps in, they were still pretty good. 10 laps after that, probably started getting worse and worse.
Well, let's go and talk about that major pass you did there on Brett Meeks there to get yourself propelled up into the top spot here tonight. Drove around to the outside. Of course, you know, it was you, Brett, and John right there together. You know, John was battling Brett, and you were right there, and then, you know, it was just kind of, I guess you could say, opportunity, and you drove really hammered down on the outside of him, and you passed him like he was sitting still. Talk about it. Was you hoping that would stick like it did?
Yeah, I didn't know. Last couple times I tried it outside, it was just I kept hitting the wall. I think Brent ended up ruining the right front, so it slowed him down quite a bit on the inside, but the outside definitely felt pretty hooked up. And again, I appreciate, you know, John Jr. and Brent racing clean, so we didn't have any issues.
Yeah, definitely don't need any issues. Of course, you know, next week the finale. You know, one more race to sum it all up for this season number 4. You know, you've got a race next week, buddy. I had the points pulled up here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do it again. That way, I'm looking at the right one. You've got, you know, you're trying to get up there. You were right behind Jonathan Emerson for that 10th spot, so you might, you know, more than likely probably going to surpass him going into next week.
Absolutely.
More than likely. But Brandon Kiger, I don't know. He finished back at 8, so we'll have to see kind of what, you know, happens there. But big gap there between Brandon Kiger and yourself. But
absolutely.
You know, we'll kind of see how close it is, because, you know, it could be close enough to where you're battling for that spot. You know, they're battling for a championship. You're battling for, you know, another spot in the points. So, you know, you got battles going on, you know, all over the place. And, you know, it's Myrtle Beach. You know, it's a track that I don't know anything about, like kind of like Southern National, kind of like a lot of the tracks y'all ran this season. Don't know anything about. So I don't know what to expect going into Myrtle Beach next week. What do you expect? You've raced there. You know what it's like. What do we got to be aware on?
Honestly, I like the track, and I enjoy racing there. It's always a good race. I don't know what to expect, to be quite honest with you. I've never raced there for that many laps. You know, the most I've done is probably, you know, maybe 80 in the official races here in iRacing. And never did too bad on those, but definitely still my same issue of wearing out right fronts. Obviously, you don't have a lot of banking there, but it's a wide track.
So it's a lot wider than this one.
Absolutely.
But it's not nowhere near the banky. Oh,
No.
man. Oh, man. So is it a Martinsville on steroids?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay.
I've never raced Martinsville, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll figure it out. I guess I'll figure it out. Steven, you know anything about Myrtle Beach?
I do not. I haven't pulled that one up yet.
All right. Well, I guess we'll all find out together. So Kyler, you know, I am not gonna keep you any longer, buddy. Awesome win out here tonight, man. Wasn't easy getting it by any means, but you deserve it. You got it. Awesome job, buddy. Mark Martin, go. Yes. Kyler, man, awesome job, buddy. Final thoughts, shout out, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your victory here tonight, bud.
Absolutely. Just a big shout out to Steven and Matt for putting on this league. You know, it's great every week and it's fun racing here every week, so we really appreciate them. Thank you.
All right. Well, Kyler, go celebrate your victory here tonight, buddy. We'll see you next week at Myrtle Beach.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, that is our winner here tonight, Kyler Davis. And, man, Yet again, I am duly impressed with these guys. I don't know
Oh,
how
definitely.
they do it. They would have to suspend me or expel me the first race because I wouldn't. I'd be driving. I'd be driving backwards probably. So I just don't know how they do it. I really don't.
Well, setups on these cars are really important, and I know I'm sure they're probably like every other league. They probably have somebody that's doing these setups. I know for a couple of my leagues, we got people that run these tracks prior to the race and get a good strong setup to where it's equal across the board.
Yeah.
But controllable on the cars.
Yeah, and you have to make your own adjustments that you can make with it being a fixed setup, of your style of driving. With a fixed setup, you're only allowed to make certain adjustments. You can't make any in-car adjustments like, tire pressure and, any of that. That's all fixed,
That's all fixed.
Yeah, so
the only thing you can really change is your steering pinion, as far as your like 10-to-1, 6-to-1, and that's about it. And your brake bias, you can change your brake bias in car on most fixed setups.
Yeah, I think that is one you can do, and there might be a few others, but we won't get into detail on that. But fixed setups, everybody's on the equal, the equal setup. It's all about the driver when it comes to how they know how to race them and if they can race them, because they got to save too. But I'm totally impressed, with season 4 here. But we're going to get down here to the, unofficial results. We're going to get the admin stuff they have to do here tonight. Of course, they're going to get ready for the finale next week at Myrtle Beach. We're going to get ready for the finale next week at Myrtle Beach. But Kyler Davis grabbing the win out here tonight at Southern National. Awesome job by Kyler Davis, making the pass there over Brett Meeks there. Still don't know how he did it. Even Kyler said, Steven, he don't even know how he did it. So
good hard driving.
Man, that was crazy. But Brett Meeks right there in second, holding off John Jr. there, or JJ, John Canizaro Jr. there. John will finish in third here tonight. Mark Tiedemann in fourth, Scott Diggins fifth, Bob Elder in sixth, Benny Hogan seventh, Brandon Kiger in eighth, Gary Elder ninth, Thomas Mitchell 10th. John Canizaro Sr. at 11th, Kenny Tripp in 12th. Tough break for Kenny. Had a really fast car out here tonight, and well, unfortunate mistakes. Unfortunate things happen, and Kenny owned up to it, but still a tough break for Kenny. Man, tough break.
Yeah.
Jonathan Emerson 13th, John Brancasio 14th, Arthur Hendren 15th, Shane Colmeyer in 16th, I believe that is. That's what I got.
Yep.
All righty. Well, again, congratulations goes to our winner here tonight, Kyler Davis of the number 6 machine. Tomorrow night, the Downforce Racing Series back underway. Of course, we were underway last week, too. So we will be underway again this week. And
at Auto Club.
I was fixing to get that. Steven read my mind. So we will be at Auto Club or Fontana or California. 3 different names. I know it by Auto Club. Some people know it as California, and others know it as Fontana. So there's an age gap there, folks. So, we'll be at Auto Club, one of my favorite tracks. Love Auto Club. Auto Club in Michigan, the favorite 2 miles. Gonna be fast there tomorrow night. 2 stages, same as always. I think we're doing 100 laps.
Let me see here.
2-mile track. I think it's 100.
I'm trying to pull it up here.
All right, we're doing something.
They don't have it listed.
All right.
But
Well, I think it's 100. I think it's the same as Daytona. We could always look, of course, on last season's as well, but we're going to be doing somewhere between the ballpark of 80 and 140. Okay, I do know that.
yeah, I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
They don't have it on the schedule as far as how many laps we're doing, but
All right, yeah, it's going to be somewhere, like I said, in the ballpark of 80 and 140. So,
I know we did 80 in Indianapolis.
yeah, I think we're going to be doing 80. It's either 80 or 100. Auto Club, I think it's 100 going off of last season. So I do believe it's 100. So our stages will be, of course, 20, 21, 40, 41, and then a shootout, to the finish there. Jeff Hollingsworth, the defending winner of that race. Of course, don't tell him that, especially me, because then he'd be like, "Oh, you had to bring that up, huh?"
Oh no, I'm gonna take the win tomorrow night.
Gonna take the win tomorrow night.
I'm gonna take the win tomorrow night.
All right. Yep. Steven will be down there on the racetrack tomorrow night for downforce. Of course, one more race for these guys next week. We'll know how the points set up going into, I'm going to call it the championship race, Steven, next week, because that's all I know. I don't know. I don't think Kitty had it tonight. I really don't. I think it's going to come down to next week at Myrtle Beach.
I think John might have got Kenny by 11 points tonight. I think is what Robert was saying in chat. So
okay,
he may be in the lead. Might be in the lead in points by 11.
Yeah, and it's possible. It's very well possible. We'll find out before next week. So stay tuned for that. But that's going to do it here for MaxspeedTV TV and, of course, the Pro American Late Model Series. Steven, I know you was late coming home, but I do appreciate, coming up here, joining us. I know late job at work.
Oh, no, Kenny just, before you get off here, Kenny just said he's still in the head by 18.
By 18 points. Wow. Oh.
Well, our math was wrong, Kenny, so I apologize about that. My math was wrong. I apologize about that, buddy.
That's close.
That's close.
That's close. You can't get it closer than that than a Klondike bar.
You know the saying, I take you out for a Klondike bar.
I take anybody for a Klondike bar. No, I got on the brakes too hard in the marbles. Yeah, we kind of figured
get you.
something was going on with that, Kitty. Man, tough break, buddy. But hey, you're still in the lead going into next week. I know 18 points is too close for comfort. At least it would be for me. So, really all I think you need to do, Kitty, is just have a good race. Finish up there, top 3 possibly. I don't know exactly, how all that's going to stack up per se going into next week other than you being 18 points ahead. But, I guess we'll find out. But like I said, Steven, glad to have you up here, buddy. I know it was a long day at work, man.
Yeah, just unexpected. I mean, but, I'm just glad I was able to make it and kind of help you out here about mid race and towards the end. So I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. As always, Steven. So, appreciate you being up here. And, of course, a big shout-out to Matt and Steven. Matt Pelleter and Steven Wheaton up here. Of course, Steven's going to be kind of stepping back after the season here, just job and everything. But, Steven, we'll be, we're always here, buddy. Well, they are. I don't know. I think we are, too. But, that's still in the works. But Steven got one more race, buddy. So, we appreciate you, getting MaxspeedTV TV on board with y'all and Matt for doing what you do over here on, at Palms. And, everybody out there in chat, that has tuned in each and every week, that has kind of grown, I guess you could say, not only with, with me, with these guys, but y'all out there with me and these guys, because it all takes all of us together. So, we appreciate everybody out there. We really do. And 7 likes out there. We're not done yet. Can we hit 10 likes before I'm done here tonight? I think we can.
Well, before we go, I want to give a shameless plug here. So,
okay.
Again, like you said, we got the Downforce Racing Series tomorrow night. I'd like to see everybody in chat come back, tune in tomorrow night. And maybe watch the MaxspeedTV TV number 50 car driven by yours truly. hopefully get his first win. We'll see.
He got his first top 5.
I did. And I told the leader, I said, I'm burning this thing to the ground.
Oh man,
So,
yeah.
it was an awesome night.
He got his first top 5 last week, and I was asked to bring him up. Now, usually don't do that, but, hey, awesome job there, Steven. We'll see what happens tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
But these guys here, they got one more race, and, we'll see, kind of how it stacks up going into next week at Myrtle Beach. But tomorrow night, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, right here on MaxspeedTV. TV. The Downforce Racing Series at Auto Club. Thank you, everybody, again for tuning out here tonight. Until tomorrow night, stay safe. Thank you all, and have a good night.